Hello there everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. So we are going to conclude the road to the Studio Series 86 figures. We have taken a look at Titans Return Hot Rod, Titans Return Scourge, Titans Return Blur, and now we are going to take a look at the Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe class Autobot Jazz, and this figure is... Anyway, let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for this figure. So let's get it on, man. Let's go! And here is Jazz fully transformed up into his race car mode, and this figure is just okay. It's just, you know, it's, in my opinion, this is definitely the weakest deluxe from the first wave of Power of the Primes, but you know, it is what it is. But anyway, so let's get in close here so you can take a look at the details right here. So his car mode definitely looks really good. I definitely like the car mode. Really cool. And you got some nice blue paint with the light blue stripes and the red stripes as well on the car. You got a white, got a number 4 right there done in white. That's pretty cool. Got the Autobot symbol right there on the front, and some nice translucent blue plastic with some for the headlights. That's pretty cool. Got a little bit of red paint right here, and got some blue paint coming down to the sides right here, and got the nice tempographs right here with the Autobot symbol, Autobot Jazz number 4, and Energon. That's pretty cool. Nice translucent plastic for the windows and windshields, and he has some nice rolling wheels so he can definitely roll and drift along as he drives, you know. So, and he does have some nice little tiny Titan Master pegs, a Prime Master peg, so you can actually take a Prime Master. Speaking of a Prime Master, here's Prima Prime, so you can actually take Prima Prime and just plug him in to the peg right there and have him standing on the car if you want to. So yeah, if you want to do that, that's an option. If you this is my tongue stops working. If you want to do that, that's an option for you. Okay, so that definitely is an option for you. So now let's take a quick look at his accessories. So he does a wait, whoa! I totally forgot one important thing. How did I forget this? How dare I? So he does come with a collector's card. You got a nice artwork there for his robot mode, and I think this one definitely looks better. You know, the toy doesn't do the design justice, but this one looks better. You got the Autobot Jazz, got Power of the Primes, you got the logo of the Prime, and he is Alpha Trion Jazz. He memorizes every top Earth hit ever. Yeah. That's very wise. That's very wise. But anyway, so that's pretty much it for the collector's cards. And now let's take a quick look at his weapons. So his main weapon here is his gun. So this gun is actually cast in white plastic, but it's painted all in silver, and that looks really nice. I do quite like it. It definitely has some hollow gaps right there, but it's not the end of the world. Still nice looking gun. So you can actually plug this on the car itself. You can actually plug this into these 3 ports if you want to. Plug this right here, or plug this in the middle port right here, or plug this right here. So yeah, you do have options for your weapon storage, and as always, options are really good for the figure. So now another accessory he comes with is the Prime Armor, right? Now this is definitely useful for Jazz, because Jazz does have his combined mode. So yeah, this does become a hand, so you can actually flip this out right here. Whoa! That wasn't supposed to happen. Now be careful, because I think I have the QC issue with my Prime Armor, because you can see there is a hole right here, and I think it's supposed to have a pin right there. So I think people forgot to put the pin right in there. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, so you can actually form this into a hand if you want to. You can actually flip out the thumbs to make it one hand, or you can flip out the other thumb to make it the left hand if you want to. You can actually flip out this peg if you want to, so that's pretty cool. And now you do have some nice storage options right here for the Prime Armor. So you can actually move this out of the way. You can actually take this post right here and plug it into this middle port right here. It's what I do anyway. So you can just plug this in, and there you go. You got the storage for your prime armor. So you can actually plug this into the thumbs if you want to. So that's pretty cool. I do quite like that. So let's move the accessories out of the way. And another thing to say about the prime armor here is that this thing can actually come out, and you can actually fit a Prime Master inside. So you can actually take Prime. I'm not sure you heard that bark in the background, so very funny. Anyways, you can actually take Prime and put him into Prime armor, and that's pretty cool. You can power up the Prime armor, so that's pretty cool. And you can actually take this and plug it into Jazz's hand if you want to make a small little pistol if you want to, but I prefer to leave this inside there. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for his accessories. So now let's move on to some size comparisons. Here is Jazz compared with Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Punch Counter Punch, so you can see how they scale with one another. With the Titan's Return Deluxe Class Autobot Hot Rod. And last but not least, here is Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Jazz compared with his Studio Series version of himself. So that is pretty much it for the alt mode comparisons. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode itself. It's cool, I do quite like it. So let's get down to the transformation for Jazz. So now the first mode we're going to go through is his leg mode. So to get to that, you want to untab all this, untab all that, and you want to make sure, and this is on a double hinge, and you want to bring this all the way back until that tabs in to those slots right there. Make sure they're all lined up, and just flip around this combiner peg right here, and that is pretty much it. There you go. That is pretty much it for his leg mode. And of course, the feet come with the Voyagers from the Power of the Primes toy line. So yeah, that's pretty much it for your leg mode. You just have to take the car, just shift it forward, and that's it. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. So yeah. Oh wait, we're not done with the leg mode. Because the instructions do tell you to plug in the gun to this center port right there. So now we're done. Now we're done with the leg mode. Anyway, so now we can actually move on to the arm mode itself. So what I do first is just bring this down like so, and just untab this, and there are little tabs just sticking out, and they will go into these notches on the sides of his arms right there. Just make sure that they tab in. They don't really tab in, they just rest there, and now you want to take his legs, just split them, and just open this up, and just unfold his legs like so, and just open this up, unfold his leg, I'm sorry, then just bring them together right like so, and just rotate this around. That's going to be the elbow joint for the arm. So now we can take the prime armor right here. Let's hope the fingers okay, just flip this peg like so, and just raise this up like so, and now you can plug the hand right in there, and there you have Jazz in his arm mode. It's a decent arm mode, I will say. It's a decent arm mode. So you can actually, and this connection right here is basically the Combiner Wars connection, so you can actually plug into the other combiners like Superion, Menasor, Bruticus. I don't have Bruticus, unfortunately, but anyway. But I do have Menasor, Superion, and Defensor, and of course Abominus and Volcanicus, whatever you want to do, yeah. And your other Combiner Wars Warriors as well, so. And I think we are pretty much done with the combined mode, so now we can move on to the robot mode itself. So I'm just gonna take off the hand right here, and we will get started. So now just bring down the legs a little bit more, split his legs, flip out his feet, flip out his feet. It can be really hard to do. There we go, just flip down his feet until they click into place. There we go. So now just rotate this around, just like so. Let me zoom out a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing, and also I have to extend the camera a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. You can see what I am doing. So now we can take the combiner peg and just bring this all the way down like so, and just untap all this, just bring out his arms, just rotating down, and now you can take this section right here, just flip this up and just open this up. It's gonna be a little bit of a chore. Hold on. Okay, there we go. It's gonna be a bit of a chore, and whoa, that totally, yeah, be careful of this friction hinge. This, I can see that why people don't like this figure, because this pops off a lot of times anyway. So just flip this in and just bring this in, and there we go. And this is all in a double hinge. Just bring down his head, bring up his head first, and just collapse all this down. And there are, I'm not sure you can see it, there are 2 tabs that will tab into these slots on the top right there. Whoops, I spun the camera. Anyway, so just tab this in, just tab this in, tab this in, there we go. And just bring up, take out this gun first. Take out this gun now. Anyway, so I think we are pretty much done with the transformation. So there you have Jazz fully transformed up into his robot mode, and yeah, I'm not crazy about this. He doesn't look that good. It's not a great robot mode. I mean, he's nicely detailed, nicely painted on his legs, like white on the knees and a lot of silver paint on the legs right here, and black for the shoulders, and yeah, no, just no. I don't really like this robot mode design for Jazz. I mean, the Studio Series version definitely beats this one like so much better. Yeah, this just no. Anyway, so let's get in close here. So we're gonna take a look at that head sculpt, and the head sculpt is okay. I mean, you don't see the mouth anywhere. It's like just it's like closing his mouth like too close. Yeah, you don't see his lips anymore. And you can see his nose, but you don't see his lips. You can see his chin as well. And blue for the visor, and that's it for the paint. Yeah, silver for the face as well. So yeah, the head sculpt is not great on this figure. And yeah, and he's starting to and the mold is starting to degrade like over time, because you know this. Yeah, I can see why people don't like this figure, because it pops off a lot of times. It pops off like most of the time. You know, I had something pop off on this hinge. So yeah. Anyway, so now let's take a look at his articulation here. His head is on the ball joint. It can rotate a full 360. It can move up a little bit. Can't really look down. The shoulders can rotate a full 360. They can move in and out. He does have a ball joint at the elbow. It can have some rotation. And he does have an elbow joint, slightly over 90 degrees of bend, and he technically has a wrist swivel, which, you know, it's kind of useless because I don't really like these panels just sticking out. Now, the wrist swivel, you can see there's a mushroom hinge right here. It does kind of rotate a little bit, and it's kind of useless because this panel is blocking the way. It's literally in the way, and it doesn't allow the wrist to rotate the full 360. So I don't know why they decided to put the wrist swivel right there. I mean, I do appreciate it, but it's kind of useless. It doesn't work. He does have a waist swivel, which is nice. You know, he does have a waist swivel, which is kind of tight on mine. And the legs, they're on the ball joint, can move up that far, can move back only that far. He can pretty much do the full splits. He does have a thigh swivel. He does have a knee joint, about 90 degrees of bend, and no ankle tilt, but the feet can actually move up due to transformation. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for its articulation. So now, the compatibility with his weapons. So he can definitely hold his gun and just put it into his hand right there. And NSM Go would say again, pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang. And you can actually take the prime armor right here, and you can actually plug this on his chest. These fingers, I hate these fingers. So you can see there are slots right there on the front of his chest. So you can actually take these tabs and just tab them in. And yeah, no, just no. I don't like how this prime armor works on his chest. It's just a big gigantic block. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. The only solution for this, you can actually flip this around, and you can actually take this and just plug it into this port right here, and you don't have to see it ever again. Just, yeah, you can say bye-bye to the prime armor. You don't have to see it again. Or you can just chuck it to the side, you know, yeah. You just chuck it to the side and don't have to see it ever again. So, yeah. So now, let us move on to some size comparisons. Here is Jazz compared with Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Punch Counter Punch. In this case, Autobot Punch. You can see how they scale with one another. He's definitely a little bit shorter than Punch. So, there you have that comparison right there. And here is Jazz compared with Titan's Return Hot Rod. And last but not least, with the Studio Series Deluxe Class Jazz. So, that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Jazz. And this figure is not that great in my opinion. No. The car mode definitely looks great. You know, the car mode definitely looks great in my opinion. It's just that, you know, the robot mode just, no. The combined modes are pretty decent. You know, the leg mode is decent, the arm mode is decent. It's just that this robot mode, no. Just doesn't work for me. It doesn't really look like Jazz, in my opinion. And of course, his prime armor is a nice touch, but I just don't like how they forgot to put the pin inside the finger. So it pops off a lot of times on mine, so... yeah, I mean, in robot mode, he definitely has a lot of paint here and there, like a lot of black and like some silver paint. I do like that, but it's just that the design overall just doesn't fit Jazz. The head sculpt just doesn't work for me because that mouth is unseeable. It can't be seen. So, and the wrist swivel just doesn't make sense. Why? It's like it's a useless point of articulation. Just doesn't work anyway. But his transformation is definitely nice and smooth, so he's definitely enjoyable to mess with. I still do quite enjoy him. I just don't like the robot mode, you know. Anyway, so I think the Studio Series 86 version definitely looks way better than this one. So yeah, the gun is definitely a nice touch as well. So as far as ranking Jazz from a scale of 1 to 10, I just have to give him like it's, you know, a 5 out of 10. So he's just okay, you know, he's pretty much okay. It's just that the robot mode just brings it down a lot. So 5 out of 10 is just okay. Yeah, 50%. Yeah. Anyway, so, and I think that's pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are completely new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below right now. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you'll know when my new videos are up and ready. And you can always check out my other Power of the Primes reviews by clicking the link to that playlist in the description down below. And yeah, would I recommend this figure? No, I wouldn't recommend this figure. But if you still want a Power of the Primes Jazz in your collection, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for any availability. So I'll post a link to that website in the description down below. Or else you want to use the website to get your Kingdom figures, your Studio Series stuff, and your remaining Earthrise and Siege figures that you missed. So yeah, you can always use that website for those toy lines. So I don't see how we can use it for this guy. So yeah. And I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Jazz. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out.